to present the mock checks to the winners.
So the check's being handed over now. $9,000 prize for winning this Wimbledon singles match. So congratulations to Shui Yao, the women's singles champion of the Malaysia Grand Prix Gold. So the women's singles is done and dusted. No joy for Indonesia there. Will there be in the men's singles as Simon Santosa takes on Surabvarma, looking for his third title of the year. Let's look back at what happened though in that women's singles match. So men's singles action now. Simon Santosa takes on Surabvarma for the right to be champion at the Malaysia Grand Prix Gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, men's singles finals. Please welcome the players.
Get the feeling this one might be a little closer. Simon Santosa will be the crowd favourite as far as Indonesian fans are concerned, but this is a man playing with great confidence right now in Surabvarma that he faces. Well, they have met once before. That was at the Indonesia Open in 2012. Santosa winning that in straight games, 21-18, 21-14. The umpires being greeted to the crowd, and now, of course, the players.
India.
Well, no doubt who the crowd's behind. But he might prove to be a tricky opponent for Santosa. Surabvarma, we shall see. There's our umpire, Muhammad Azizan Ali from Malaysia. Santosa looked like he won the toss of the coin. Simon Santosa, and there's Surabh Varma, 21-year-old Indian from Dar in Madhya Pradesh in India. He says he's confident, Surabh Varma. Simon Santosa wasn't happy with his game yesterday. Felt he made too many unforced errors, also seemed to lose patience when leading in all 3 games, but here he is in the final, seeded 15, ranking now 56th in the world. He has been as high as number 3, and after losing in his first rounds in the Super Series events in Korea and Malaysia, and he's made it all the way through to the final here. Here's how he did so yesterday, pushed all the way by the teenage Thai, Tamasin Siddhakong. As he said, he wasn't very happy with the way things really panned out in that game. Shuizong of China, one of the opponents he beat along the way in straight sets previous to that. But it was a real marathon battle yesterday. As you can see, they were on court for 74 minutes, Siddhakong and Santosa. And that despite Simon winning that opening game 21-12. Looked like it was going to be a breeze for him, but it turned out to be anything but. As for Surabh Varma, well, he had it much more comfortable yesterday, a bit more on that at the moment, but as you can see, seeded 8 here, ranked 43rd in the world. But you could look at that win-loss ratio this year, 13 wins, 1 defeat before this week. And his only defeat to was in the India Grand Prix Gold event. That came on home soil, lost to Shuizong in the last 16 there. As you can see yesterday, Chong Wei Feng was the player he was due to meet in the semi-final, but he got injured in the warm-up. A back injury, we understand. So it was the most comfortable of passages through to the final for Surabh Varma. His 3rd final of the year, his 4th on international soil in a row. He's won back-to-back titles in Austria and Iran. Won the Tata Open in Mumbai in December as well. And now you know why his confidence is high.
On my right, Surabh Varma, India.
Mohammed Azizan Ali making the announcement.
And on my left,
And Ezad Salman is our service judge. Well, if you like, Simon Santosa, really the comeback kid, isn't he? And he's up against one of the most informed players on the Grand Prix Gold circuit right now in Surabh Varma, and already a contentious call right at the start goes the way of Santosa. Both players unsure which way the point was going there. Well, Santosa looked as if he was going to make it 2 straight points at the start, but Varma kept his nerve. Now, he might prove to be a tough nut to crack, Surabh Varma. There's a lot of good young Indian talent around. Obviously, we know that in the women's singles, the likes of Saina Nehwal, the women's singles champion of last year, PV Sindhu, but the men are starting to come up to the goods as well. Of course, Kashyap made the quarterfinals at the Olympics, but there's a lot of other good young Indian players as well who are in and around the top 50 in the world. Considering he's at 43rd in the world for Varma and he's the 6th highest ranked, gives you an idea of some of the talent in India. Given out. Missed opportunity that for Surabh Varma. That's well out. Well, Simon said he was going to quit before then, but he was still on the roster. That's just long. Some tight calls here early on. Settled a little quicker here, hasn't he, Santoso? Oh, excellent. Surabama felt that was out, but I think he's wrong. I think that it looked in from where I was. Umpire, rather the line judge obviously felt the same, and it was right on the line. Yeah, good call. But of course, Fedesari started well in the women's singles match for get the Indonesian fans singing now. I think they were quieting down. Santoso wants to keep them roaring. Pounced on that one. That's going out. Well, Simon Santoso did say he got into the lead in all 3 games yesterday against Sidicom, and he started to make errors. He was very conscious of that fact, and he wanted to put that right today in the final. Knows he can't really afford those kind of errors against Surabama. Really been a powerful performance, hasn't it, so far from Simon Santoso. It's almost like he's making a statement here early on in this opening game. And Varma very much looking second best. Excellent rally, and it's long. Well, credit to Varma there. Nice array of shots, and it would have been easy for him to play that given his position in the match, but he left it. The right call. Easy pickings for a player who looks rejuvenated, doesn't he? Simon Santoso here. 2 disappointing performances at the start of the year. It's a terrific one here in Malaysia so far. This is terrific badminton from Simon Santoso. Hardly put a foot wrong in the opening of this match. Lovely angled shot to bring up the interval as well. And not much really Surabama can do about it. Santoso looks right on top of his game, and in the early stages leads by 11 points to 5. He's got the crowd against him. He's got a player at the other end of the court who's playing absolutely magnificently. The odds are stacked against Surabaya right now. That one just out as well. Got to stay patient, Varma. He's had that winning feeling in the last 4 months. 3 titles to his name, back-to-back wins, coming in Iran, coming in Austria. Challenge events, though. This is a step up, Grand Prix gold. And a couple of points to settle him down. In. Not 3 points in a row in the match now. We saw from Santoso yesterday, he was very comfortable in the opening game against Sidicom, yet he was on court for well over an hour. Misjudgment from Surabaya there. Got it right this time. Not easy when you've made a mistake, letting one go in to leave the next one. Good judgment. Great reactions. Tightened up a little now, hasn't it? Excellent defensive shot that turns into a winning one. Well, from 12-5 down, Surabaya now within 2 points at 13-11. Well, ended up playing keepy-uppy, didn't he? A real encouragement here for Varma. Come out a different player after the interval, hasn't he? Much more aggressive. Picking his moments right as well.
Play.
Best rally of the match this so far. Best rally of the day, really. Oh, it's in. It's in. Well, Surabhi Varma is on a right old roll here, isn't he? Excellent rally. And Simon Santoso deciding to leave this mistakenly. Well, would you believe it? 14-0 now. Well, are we seeing a similar pattern to what we saw in the women's singles final when Fedasari raced into the lead only to be swept offside by her opponent in the end? It's out. Everything going just right now for Surabhi Varma. Great recovery shot from Surabhi Varma. Remember, Varma was 12-5 down in this game. What a run he's gone on since then. Showing that winner's mentality. Looked like he was being outpowered, didn't he, early on? But he's settled so nicely now. Santosa pulls one back. turn around once more. Completely transformed since the interval. Surabama, confidence to play those net shots. And then the power to take him into a 3-point lead. This is wonderful now. Simon Santoso looked in control, he looked powerful, sharper, stronger. And that wasn't too long ago, was it, in this match? It's only 18 minutes old, but it feels like we watched two different matches completely. Game points for Surabama, who has won 15 of the last 18 points. It's been mesmeric from the Indian. He's cut out the unforced errors, he's played Santoso from side to side. He must be pretty pleased with what he's seen. Five game points for Surabama. Super Surab turns the opening game right on its head. Surabama has made this opening game and its scoreline look improbable from where we started. 21 points to 15, having trailed by 12 points to 5. What an incredible transformation from the Indian, who must be feeling so good inside right now. There's the scoreline, and that's the reason why. Well, it's a tough task now, isn't it, for Simon Santoso? Similar, really, to what his compatriot Adrianti Fedesari faced in the women's singles final. You get off to such a good start, you're riding high, and then your opponent just squashes that enthusiasm right out of you. And that's what Surabama's done to him here, in the same way that Shueyao did to Fedesari earlier on. close.
Service over. 1-2.
Not a bad shot this from Santoso. Centimetre away, really. Misjudgment from Varma, and it's been a good start to this second game from Santoso. Interesting, isn't it, with Surya Varma not playing yesterday, getting that walkover against Chong Wei Feng. Could explain that maybe for his sluggish start, but then again, he should be fresher than Santoso, who had to go on court for over an hour and a quarter to get through to the final. Fault called on Varma. The racket must have touched the net here. Keep an eye on the... There's no doubt the net shook there. It's a bonus point, isn't it, for Santoso? Well, game one started this way. We all know how it ended.
Service over. 2-6.
Another tight one, but it goes the way of Santoso, and now it's a case of whether Simon here can keep this lead in the second game. Feels like he's been given a new lease of life now. He has to go it solo, Simon Santoso, but he really can't be that loose in this second game if he is to come on top against Varma here. Points are too crucial, and he's done it again. 2 points in a row he's gifted to his opponent. We talked about this in the semi-final yesterday. Just got sloppy at occasions. Serve was good. And he knows what he's got to do, doesn't he, Surya Varma here? He's done it already. given out. Just long. Didn't go out that time, and it's a good second game lead, isn't it, for Simon Santoso? This is comfortable as the lead he had in the first game when it looked like he was going to march towards that first game, but Varma came back at him. Has he learnt his lesson? Surav Varma a game up, but Santoso 11-6 up in the second. He's got his judgment a little awry here, hasn't he? Well, now it's his opponent's turn to misjudge, although Santoso, well, the umpires overruled the line judge here. Oh, wow. That's an interesting decision, isn't it? It's an 8-point lead in this second game now for Santoso. Surely he's not going to make the same mistake twice. 5 points in a row. Actually won 8 of the last 9. Well, he's had 2-3 setters himself, Surav Varma, in his 3 matches before getting that walkover in the semi. A bit of anger in that one. Powerful smash. Well, this time, no overall. Santoso adamant that was out. I think he was right, you know. I think it was out. But his foot was in the way. It was very difficult for the line judge to actually see that it had gone out. Oh, the The line judge gave that out originally and then changed his mind, put his palms flat down and gave it in. And I think he was right to change his mind. I think it was in. But the fact that Suravarma saw him pointing initially to give it out, there he goes, oh, changed his mind. The old okey cokey, in, out, shake it all about. Another disputed call from Santosa. He's disputed his fair share, although I suppose he was right, certainly with one of them, to do so. I think that's what Varma's complaint was. What is this, another Suravarma comeback on the cards? 4 points in a row. (18-9) becomes 18-13. It's still a very good lead for Santosa, but especially after what happened in that first game, it's food for thought. Mistake there from Santosa. A 9-point lead cut to 4. Well, surely not again. Santosa is getting that sinking feeling again. And there's a bit of gamesmanship going on as well between the two here. It's a keenly fought contest, this. Santosa breaks the run. 6 points in a row from Suravarma. And Santosa moves within 2 points of levelling this up at 1 game all. It's in, it's game points. Well, it's level at 1 game all. There is no comeback in this one from Surabaya. But Simon Santoso given another little warning, wasn't he, in that second game? Had a 19-9 lead at one stage. It's going to be fascinating to see how this final game develops. Surabaya taking the opening game 21-15. Santoso hitting back, taking the second by 21 points to 16. Well, I suppose this simple thing for Surabaya is try and start the game a bit better. He certainly seems to show more class the more the game goes on. There's a pocket of the crowd you saw there that got their shirts on from Indonesia. And they're hoping that Simon Santoso can carry on the comeback here. Long. Well, I'm sure the message his coach was giving was, let's start the game a little better, and well, he's done that right at the start of the third at least. went in for the kill, Suravama. Santo's always struggling in that point. Funny, isn't it? Santoso talking at the after the match yesterday that he seemed less patient when leading, and it's been the case again today. It's okay knowing what you're doing wrong. It's the hard bit's trying to put it right. It's been a little while since Santoso was in the winning circle. Last year won the Indonesia Open Grand Prix Gold event, but since then Suravama's won 3 times. Time that one. Examining his racket, looking for any problems. Deciding it's time to change. Really well worked point that from Suravama. Stretched his opponent from side to side. Well, it's turning into a bit of a marathon, this one as well, isn't it? 46 minutes on court. And it's all between them. Although at times it seems like there's been a fair gulf between them. Simon Santoso just not happy. He saw a little bit of moisture on the court, but the umpire telling him to play on. Oh, completely mistimed that, Suravama. Snatched at it, didn't he? Caught in 2 minds, I think. brilliant. Excellent point all round. Kept his nerve there, didn't he, Suravama? It was Santoso really who is seemingly in the ascendancy in this point, but fabulous cross-court shot that provides the winner for the Indian. We left it. It was close, but it was given out. He was right to leave it. Heart in mouth, really, when you leave it and it's that close. But it was a good decision and a good call. It was out. It's a nice lead for Suravama. Still very early on though in this third game of the men's singles final. Points in a row for Suravama. Santoso just a little eager to try and get the point one. Turning into a really good battle now, isn't it? Been a little stop-start this third game, but it's still been quite a enticing prospect, hasn't it? Another new racket, this one for Simon. And now he's not happy with the shuttle. It's been a good lead in this third game for Suravama. Santoso though keeping him close by, winning the last couple of points. Fabulous. Well, he might be 28 now, Simon Santoso. He might be in what some would consider the twilight of his career, but he's seemingly inspired by turning pro. Having to fend for himself rejuvenated him. Reckons there's less pressure, if you like, training now as an independent player. Seen that a few times from Varma. Just able to play these blocked winners, using the attack of Santoso to his advantage. Clever ploy. Happy to see that one drift well out. And now there's just 1 point between them again. A match that could well go right down to the wire here. One game all, 10 points up. Santoso really quick to see any opportunity. Survama celebrates a winning point there. Gives him the most fragile of leads at the interval in this third game. He's got a few of those wrong. This one was right. It was out by a small margin. Nothing to choose between Surabama and Simon Santoso. But it's Varma who leads 11-10 at the interval. Well, it's proving to be a bit of a titanic matchup, this. Simon Santoso and Surabama matching each other stride for stride. It's been a super afternoon already in the all Chinese women's doubles. Match that went to 3 games. UCL won and Huang Yachong coming out on top. Quite comfortable in the end for Shui Yao in the women's singles, but nothing comfortable and easy for either of these players. Santoso winning the 2 points after the interval, now ahead. Oh, excellent. Really super effort from Santoso. Well, it's a match where Simon Santoso wants to see confirmation of his renaissance. It's a match where Sirav Varma wants to see another notch, if you like, on the calendar year. A third win of the year. Neither's giving up that too easily. Another super shot this time from Varma. Makes it level again. Whips it into the corner. They've now been on court an hour and still nothing between them. Well, Simon Santoso suggesting it wasn't by much, but was out. That was inconclusive. Oh, I don't know. That looks, by my eyes, at least on the line, but there you go. It was given out. Such decisions, can a match be won and lost? And at 13-all in the third and deciding game, well, what a big call that could prove to be. Is this the move? Is this the decisive move for Indonesian shuttler Simon Santoso? Great disguise on the drop. Did well to get that out of his body. And then a fault called on Santoso. Well, Varma is normally at his most dangerous, it seems, when Simon Santoso has a lead. Another racket change. Going through a few in this match, aren't they? Tension's high now, isn't it? Coming to the real big points now. Who can hold their nerve most? Who can see themselves across the finishing line?
15-16, play.
tight at the net. 16 all now. Oh, brilliant net shot. Covering the court well, Varma. Oh, hits the net. It's a decisive net cord as well from Santoso. Oh, a little bit of luck just when he needed it. Some terrific net shots from both players, and then Varma left rooted to the spot. Agonizing for him. Every point now being roared on. That's well out. Well, he's edging closer, Simon Santoso. Potentially 3 points away from victory. Then again, he's only 4 away. Well, Santoso complaining that the opponent at the other end, Sudhav Varma, hit the net. He was called against him in the earlier part of the match. Let's have a look here. It's very hard to see it. And the umpire letting it go Varma's way. And it's 18-all. Varma now leads. Well, it's turning into a bit of a classic, isn't it, this one? Sudhav Varma's power powers him into a 19-18 lead in this all-decisive third game. Oh, what a point! Incredible badminton. Both players doing everything they can to get the decisive points here to victory. 19-all now. Match point, Santoso. The pressure well and truly on now. Just the one match point for Simon Santoso. Superb Simon Santoso. strikes gold in Malaysia. No longer a national player, but a winner again in what was an enthralling match against Surab Varma. He may now be an independent player, but victory tastes sweet, whatever your status. It was a match that went one way then the other. And from a game down, Santoso able to turn it around. They enjoyed it, that's for sure. It was an absorbing contest. Confirmation then of the scoreline. After losing that first game 21-15, Santoso biting back 21-16, 21-19 to take the Malaysia Grand Prix gold title. Acknowledging the crowd that gave him such great support. It certainly is an advantage, but let's take nothing away from Surab Varma here either. Carsten Koch, the tournament referee, there on hand. But it takes two to tango, doesn't it? And Varma was gutsy at times. Turned that first game around superbly well, but just didn't have enough in the locker to pull off another win this year. But he's had a super 2014 season so far. But it's the Renaissance man, Simon Santoso, who comes away with the victory. You can see it's hurting Surab Varma. It should hurt really as well, but he'll learn from that. Up against a very experienced campaigner in Simon Santoso. The ceremony now for the prizes can take place. He's got that winning feeling again, Simon Santoso. At the age of 28, you never know how many more around the corner.
With great pleasure, we now invite Encik Shahril Basir, Secretary Organizing Committee, YONEX-SUNRISE Malaysia Grand Prix Gold 2014, to invite and accompany Yang Berusaha Encik Mak Rasid Jahlil, President Johor State Badminton Association, Vice President Badminton Association of Malaysia, Encik Saiful Rahman Haji Ahmad, Secretary Pasir Gudang Municipal Council and Co-Deputy Chairman of Organizing Committee, and Yang Berbahagia Datuk Khoo Kai Hua from YONEX-SUNRISE to give away the prizes to the winners. Runner-up, Surab Varma, India. Encik Saiful Rahman Haji Ahmad to present medals, bouquet and souvenir to the runner-up. Champion, Simon Santoso, Indonesia.
Well, what a wonderful moment for Simon Santoso.
Rasid Jahlil to present medals, bouquet and souvenirs to the winner. And now we invite Datuk Khoo Kai Hua to present mock checks to the winners.
So once again, the runner-up gets the first check, $9,000, the winning prize for Simon Santoso. Really terrific match. Could have gone either way, couldn't it?
Thank you, Yang Berusaha Encik
So
Mak
while
Rasid
they
Jahlil, Encik Saiful
pose
Rahman,
for their
Datuk
photographs,
Khoo Kai Hua for giving away the prizes and souvenirs.
it's good to see the spirit after the match as well. We can look forward next to mixed doubles, can't we? In mixed doubles, and Indonesia up against China this time in Praveen Jordan. Debbie Susanto up against Hua Young-chong, who won earlier in the women's doubles, and Lu Kai. But let's look back on what was a super men's singles final. Well, a hard act to follow, but that's what the mixed doubles final has to do. Praveen Jordan and Debbie Susanto of Indonesia taking on Hwan Ya-chong and Lu Kai of China. Here come the Indonesians first. Praveen Jordan in a way. Defending champion, won it with another teammate last year. And Hwan Ya-chong, who we've already seen in finals action today.